And welcome back again. This is Stu from Plan Manage Assist, once again with NDIS TLDR, Too Long Didn't Read. And again, I've got Ethan back again from Able Minds, continuing to talk about the importance of being a sponge and not just another tap when it comes to information and education in the NDIS, especially around that networking. G'day guys, this is Stu from Plan Manage Assist, and we are with NDIS TLDR, Too Long Didn't Read. And once again, I've got Ethan here from Able Minds. Ethan, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Good to be back.
Yeah, let's keep going. And it's a really key point that I think a lot of smaller providers or new providers maybe have the wrong idea of what return on investment should look like.
Yeah.
The return on investment from good quality networking is not going to come from a direct referral. It's going to come from what you touched on before, Ethan, which was I've built a connection with Steve. Steve and I get along really well. Steve's talking to Brad about something else, about another service.
Yeah.
And then when what you do comes up, because you've built that connection, because you've actually listened to Steve, he's listening to you, and he's actually recommending you.
Yeah.
I have always felt that that's better networking, because what then happens is, as you said, Steve's putting his name on the line by recommending you and Able Minds.
Exactly.
And you then have to come through for him.
Yeah. And word of mouth is so key. Like having a good reputation and building your participant base off word of mouth, I think, is, for any small provider out there, that should be the forefront. There's obviously flyers, there's obviously continuous posts, and being front of mind, which is key. But I think front of mind within word of mouth itself, and through keep showing up to those events that might be quite nerve-wracking or quite awkward to attend to begin with. Like, everyone, I think, has that anxiety of going into their first networking space. I definitely know that I did. But again, going in there without the intention of building your base right there and then in terms of acquiring participants or clients, but building who you're meeting there, and you'll know that next week you'll see them at the event because you're going to turn up there. As awkward or as confronting or as nervous as it is, you'll be there next week, and you'll be there the week after, and then you'll have, it's almost like attending a new school, like a new high school. Like, you're going to, each day you're going to build more friendships, find your group of people, they'll be introduced, or they'll introduce you to other people that they think should be introduced to. And that's how you kind of build that word of mouth network.
Absolutely. So key point to take away from there, new providers, small providers that maybe want to try and grow. You're not going to get a participant from the first time you meet someone. It's not how it works. So I'll leave it with you to figure out what happens from there. And so, Ethan, let's just bring it back now. So Able Minds themselves, what do you guys do in a nutshell? Because obviously you're very good at connecting with people, but how do you go about helping your participants?
For us, we do, so we specialise in supported employment and personal training are kind of our two niche programs. For us, in the supported employment space, trying to change the narrative around the disability employment. So we're not an ADE, we're not a DES provider. And so paying our participants on an open wage salary is quite attractive for other support coordinators or people within the network to see. And so from that, just being very open and honest about what we do, where our intentions are as a business, is I guess the forefront of my mind when I attend certain events, of just authenticity, and kind of being real about who we are and what we do.
Awesome. And the last thing I think we need to cover is, because again, this could be viewed by anyone who's listening about the NDIS and could be anywhere. Where do Able Minds support?
So we're currently based in Western Sydney, but we're able to support Western Sydney, Southwest Sydney, as well as like the Hills area, with plans this year to tap into other regions of Sydney for now. So real focus of our 2025 is building our base within Sydney itself, having a strong foundation here and being able to support anyone within the region.
Absolutely. And the last thing we need to know, Ethan, is if they do want to reach out and get to know Able Minds a bit more, or get to know yourself or Penny, how do they contact you?
Through our website is a great way to do that. So we've been able to recently update our website, which is ablemindservices.com, or hopefully at a networking event. So
ablemindservices.com. No.au. So make sure you pay attention, guys. And otherwise, they can check out your socials. They can check out
So we're on Instagram, TikTok, just Able Mind Services, as well as LinkedIn. It's kind of where everyone is. So We've also got a coffee van that we've just launched recently.
Oh, really?
So that'll be hopefully around attending certain events and expos with a little QR code for anyone that's interested in finding that.
And so, guys, when you see the Able Minds logo out there on the coffee van, you know that there's going to be some quality coffee there, because you guys have trained them up.
Exactly, trained by the best, you could say. So, no, it's been a really good integration of building that kind of employment opportunity for our participants. So, yeah.
Well, again, Ethan, thank you so much for coming on today. Really appreciate your time and coming and joining us. Thank you again.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And once again, I want to thank Ethan from Able Minds for joining us today to talk about the importance of being a sponge and not just another tap. Thank you again. Really appreciate your time and information and insight. If you found that to be informative and engaging, let us know. If you're on YouTube, jump in the comments below and send us a comment. If you're on Spotify, just let us know by either giving us a call or dropping an email. I'd love to hear from you. Paul, SPAULL, at planmanageassist.com.au. I'm Stu from Plan Manage Assist, and until next time, stay safe.